It's time for The Local with your host and realtor, Katie McKinney.
Hey, it's Katie McKinney, your local real estate professional, and today I am here with the best Jackie Jones, who is an escrow officer at Woodward County Abstract. Jackie, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So we're super excited to have her here. One, because, like I said, she's a fantastic escrow officer here in Woodward, but then also we pretty much talk on a daily basis, don't we?
Pretty much.
We're best friends also.
We are.
And that's what I love is a small community like Woodward, other agents in other places say, well, how many title companies do you have? And, I said, we have 2, and they're both amazing. And the people like they are family. And so that's one thing that I really love about Woodward, among many other things. But we wanted to know a little bit more about you, Jackie. So today, kind of tell us a little bit about where you're from. How did you get to Woodward?
Well, growing up when I was little, my dad managed Walmart, so we moved around a lot. We moved to Woodward when I was around 8, and my parents thought it was a great community, so we've never left. We've stayed here ever since.
Oh, that's a really neat story. Did you go anywhere, like after high school, where were you were here for high school, Woodward County, or
Yes.
Woodward High School?
Yes, and then I went to college at SWASU for a little bit, and then back to Woodward.
Back here. And when did you start working for Woodward County Abstract?
In 2000.
Oh.
Yes. It's been a while.
It's been a while. You know your stuff, though, so that's what's awesome about it. Lots of experience there.
Yes.
Excellent. And tell me a little bit about your mother, because I remember you said, I believe your mother worked for a title company. Was it Woodward County Abstract?
It was.
Okay.
She actually, when we moved here, she was a realtor, and she loved being in the real estate business. She got the opportunity to work for Woodward County Abstract, and it wasn't but a couple years after she started at Woodward County Abstract, I followed and started there as well.
How neat. Yeah, Jackie always tells me this story that her mom would set paperwork in front of her and say, read this through, cover to cover, and in a short time, you're going to be a great escrow officer. And she did that, and that's definitely a testament to you and your dedication. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, that's exciting. And that's a cool story that your mom, you kind of followed in your mom's footsteps, so to speak. So obviously we know how you got into the industry of title work. But really, why did you feel like this is what I want to do?
My dad was a realtor as well.
Oh, okay.
He also had he was a lender. He had Apple Tree Lending.
Okay.
So I worked kind of with him a little bit, and I thought it was kind of neat and decided I'd go and work with my mom as well.
Cool. I'm surprised you're not a realtor then. Yeah. Seems like it's in the blood.
I like this side better.
Good. That's awesome. So, there's a lot of things to know about a title company, and we get a lot of questions as real estate agents. They say, well, why do we have to use a title company? Why should we use a title company? And so I just wanted to ask, what are 3 ways the title company is an asset to a buyer or seller?
Well, I think there's a lot more than 3 ways, but I would say the top 3 are going to be being a local expert in real estate titles.
Okay.
We want to ensure that everything is done correctly, so I would definitely say that. We're also licensed, bonded, and insured, so you want to make sure that you have somebody who is insured that's doing your closing, so if something were to go wrong, you know that there's insurance behind there to back them.
Right.
We are also independent third parties, which mean we are a party to the contract. We're going to make sure that everything closes to the contract. We're not on the buyer, the seller, or the lender side. We're just right in the middle.
Nice. That's good to know. I actually didn't know that. So there's really no bias there as far as
not at all.
Who's gonna? Yeah, that's awesome. Really great three items there. Also, I will say, their motto at Woodward County Abstract is,
we do things right the first time. We make it easy.
There you go. We make it easy. Yeah, we make your closing easy. And not every closing is easy.
No.
But you guys really help through that process to, if there are some bumps along the road, how do we get to closing with the least resistance, but also do it right? And that's, I think, the most important part.
I think communication is key.
Yes. Yeah.
If you have all the answer, or if you have a lot of the things up front
Right.
that'll help you along the process. It just makes things more smoothly.
Yeah, that's good information. I know when we as real estate agents fill out a form that when we send the purchase contract to you guys, there's a section for notes, and Allie and I definitely use that section. You know, if we don't know where the abstract is, we tell them from the get-go, or, you know, so on and so forth, so they know kind of what they're getting into, and we work together to get through those things early on.
Yes.
So we're not real close to closing and not being able to because another step wasn't done, which they usually catch it anyway. So that's the nice thing. We can double check on each other. And
Absolutely.
they also have a lot of fantastic people that work there along with Jackie, and they are wonderful helpers as
Thank
well.
you.
So what is a cloud in the title? We hear this a lot.
Yes, we do. So a cloud on a title means that a title did not pass. So the abstract goes to the attorney. The attorney's going to read it. If they find something, they call it a cloud or a requirement.
Okay.
So requirements can be easy. They can be major fixes. It could be as easy as getting an affidavit signed, or it could be as tough as maybe getting a court action done.
Okay. So, and when you when a seller sells a property and what are they doing? Are they promising a clear title?
They are.
Okay.
And we want to make sure that that clear title is before we go to the closing table. We want to make sure that it's done before we schedule closing.
No rainy days after closing because
No.
you've got a cloud.
No.
We do not want any rainy days when it comes to a clouded title.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, and I think that's important because people say, but why do I need to get maybe an attorney title opinion?
Oh, it's very important.
Is it required in the state of Oklahoma?
It is not required, but we highly suggest that people get a title opinion because you want to make sure that there's no liens out there.
Right.
There's no quitclaim deeds that need to be signed or anything like that. You want to make sure that you have clear title so you don't have that rainy day later after closing.
Good idea, especially if you're going to buy vacant land. Yes. So this is a good lesson for some of my land people who ask why to get one. If you want to buy vacant land and then you build a home on that, and there's a cloud in the title on that land, you need to go see Jackie ASAP. But seriously, that does happen a lot when people don't go through those processes. There's a reason that they are available, and I'm sure that will help. An attorney title opinion most definitely will.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you agree? Good deal. So what are 3 ways, now that we talk about clouds in the title, what are 3 ways to prevent hiccups and prepare for that closing process?
The first, I would say, is to get a realtor.
Oh, good one.
Yes.
I agree.
A realtor is a specialist who they will be able to help you with your transaction all the way through, and it helps us as well.
Okay, good deal.
So the second one I would say would be more contact information. Have all the information up front so that everything moves through quickly and efficiently, and then communication.
Okay, excellent. And with those things, when you are preparing for that, what would you say if it's a manufactured home? Because we get these questions quite a bit.
Yes.
When you're preparing to sell a manufactured home, also known as a mobile home, some people call them trailers. We call it manufactured home. As real estate agents, what would you prepare in order to prepare for that sale?
Well, the first thing would be to find the title to the home.
Okay.
If there is a title. If there's not a title, then if we know up front, then we can make the process a lot easier.
Okay, but it helps a whole lot because some of those things can take a while, correct?
Yes, and if for some reason you've lost a title, I lose car titles all the time.
Yeah, we all do.
So if you need to file for a lost title, then we definitely want to do that at the beginning of the process. That way we're not delaying closing.
Good point. Very good point. And it's better to be prepared. And if you have any questions, if you're thinking about selling your property, whether you've already contacted an agent or not, go by your title company and ask them, are we ready to sell this? Or do we have any issues? What do I need to prepare? Wouldn't you think that would be a good option as well?
Yes.
Good. Make sure you're clear on that front. So, and why would you recommend a buyer use Woodward County Abstract?
Because you get to work with me.
Yes, that's a good answer.
No, seriously, I think the best reason is because we make it happen.
Yes.
We try to make it as easy as possible. We try to simplify everything. But let me ask you, Katie, why do you use Woodward County Abstract?
She turned the tables on me. I really enjoy that personal communication and that friendship that we have. However, it also is business. And every time we have had an issue when it comes to titles or on the buying and selling process, you want to go to someone, and the buyer or seller want to go to someone that knows what they're doing and will get it done. Just like what Jackie said, that buyer or seller needs someone who will fight on their behalf to get this closed. There are a lot of title companies and different places in other parts of the state that I know of that will say, this is an issue and you need to figure this issue out. Mm-hmm. But a lot of buyers and sellers don't know the first steps to correct that. And they go to their agent. Sometimes their agent may not know. Our job is to know, but sometimes we don't know everything about everything, and it's difficult. So one thing I really love about Woodward County Abstract is they don't just say, here is what the attorney title opinion said, go fix it. They help you and guide you through those steps to make sure that is alleviated and cleared before closing. So that's one of the main things that I love about Woodward County Abstract, and that my buyers and sellers use them, and that's a great process to have in place. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Of course. So why do you enjoy doing business in Northwest Oklahoma?
I think the people in Northwest Oklahoma are amazing, and I like to help people get to the finish line.
Yes.
It is amazing to be a part of a process. When you buy or sell a house, it's the biggest purchase or the sale of your entire life.
Yes.
So to be a part of that it's a great feeling.
Good. That's awesome. And I'm gonna add a question on here. Unprepared question. Most people, some people, I would say majority, do not know what an abstract is. Especially if you're coming from a state that does not use abstracts as their form of updating, or, I always tell them, do you have a book in your house somewhere that says something about your property? That's the abstract. So can you kind of explain, what is an abstract? Is Oklahoma an abstract state? What is used there?
Oklahoma is an abstract state.
Okay.
So an abstract is basically a book of your property. It's anything that would have been filed at the courthouse on the property or against the people who own the property at the time.
Okay.
So that's what the attorney's going to look at to prepare their title opinion.
Okay. Neat. Yeah, and if you actually look through, if you've got a really like an older home, some on Hillcrest and other areas here in the Woodward area, you need to look through that, because there are some humorous things in there on restrictions, deed restrictions, and whatever. Read through that. Wouldn't you agree? There's
Absolutely.
some funny
Even
things.
in the late 1800s, you can see court cases that are crazy.
Oh, how cool.
Yes.
That's really neat. Well, Jackie, as always, I appreciate you being here and for supporting me and the podcast, of course, the new podcast. Anything else you want to add?
I think
No.
No,
Okay,
I'm
we're good. Good deal. Well, again, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Katie. I appreciate it.